But what I have got is another little scenario for you. This time round.
These scenarios have run themselves.
Well, this is we need to hear your perspective on something, okay? So what I really want to talk about is, because you've been harping on about these quad bikes and bikes kind of things, little scooters and quad bikes, these gay little things that you want to zip about on, right? So let's just say, right, you've got this quad bike.
Yep.
Pride and joy. Couldn't be happier. You want one, right? You have wanted one.
Well, just for I've got 14 acres at the back of my property.
This guy hasn't got fucking anything because he doesn't even have a house. Carry on.
So as I was saying, on my own private land, I thought the quad bike would get me from one side to the other much quicker, because I'm sick of fucking walking, mate. It takes me half an hour.
Walking. Your wife drives you every fucking place.
Yeah, I have to drive all the way around the back garden. That's just the back garden.
Who does? Your wife does, you dickhead. You just sit there and
But it's 14 acres, mate. We have to use a car to get to the other side.
Fucking 14 metres at the most.
You know. Anyway, yeah, I'll have a quad bike for that.
No, but you do want one, right?
Yeah, because sometimes you can use horses, but they fucking stink. And
you ain't got no horses, and you haven't got money.
Got any now.
I've never had any fucking horses. What do you think you are? Some sort of fucking lost samurai? You just straddle up on a horse and just go about your business or something.
Anyway, I've got a quad bike, state of the art, Ducati. Yeah.
They don't even make quad bikes.
They do for me.
Right. So okay, you got this fucking quad bike, right? And you're all happy, you've picked it up. Wife, children are in the car. You're not usually happy about leaving your wife and children in the car to drive back home, because you want to be there if something happens, right?
Is something going to happen?
No, not to them.
Right.
But that's how it goes, isn't it? If I had a wife, if I had children and a wife that I was with, I would also want to be in the car with them. I want to drive with them as well, you know? I wouldn't want to leave them alone just in case something happened to them.
Yeah, well, look what happened to your wife.
Oh, yeah. And what happened to me, apparently.
Yep.
So anyway, you're happy, your money's exchanged hands, palms, cash paid up. Took a while to get the cash, but you did it.
Instantly.
Took several years. And this is, let's just say, this is one of these fucking shitty Chinese quad bikes this motherfucker's bought.
No way.
And anyway, he's changed palms. He's now the owner. He's got the keys. Puts them in, and he thinks he's born again. Off he goes. His wife and children are ahead, and immediately it's obvious that he's bought a fucking cheap piece of shit, because it's nothing more than a 25cc engine, so he can't catch anyone up.
No, mate. I wouldn't. 25cc. I'd never make it over some of the hills on my property, mate. Genuinely.
If only you could see his property.
Also, I wouldn't let my wife drive a car. It's not an off-road car. It's just a normal.
Yeah, well, this is normal road.
RS8 Audi.
This guy,
It's four-wheel drive, but it's not. You don't want this thing going over fucking rocks and shit. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's say
keep it to normal roads, right? You're on the road.
Let's keep it realistic.
There's no RS8s. There's a battered out old Honda Fit, which is in fact what your wife is driving. You have no money, and you've bought this cheap piece of shit, which is nothing more but plastic.
I'll play along.
So yeah, you're the engine on this cheap piece of shit that you bought isn't capable of keeping up with the speeds of a car, even a Honda Fit. Okay.
Yep.
So the red lights disappear into the distance. It's dark. So all you can see is the tails. Off they go. And your wife is thinking, I'll just get home, the kid's starting to cry.
Exactly.
They need a bit of food. This guy will be behind, because we hope he's bought something of a worthy roadworthiness or something. But he hasn't. He's bought a cheap piece of shit that she doesn't realise yet. So you see her tail lights disappear into the distance. You think, okay, a couple of corners ahead.
I'm all alone. It's dark.
Yeah, exactly.
No power.
This happened at midnight. Okay, so the chances of other cars being around are pretty slim on these back roads.
While I was driving, Did I notice any Africans
Riding.
hanging around?
No, you haven't noticed any Africans at the moment. At the moment.
Right.
Because, if I remind you, it is dark, so you wouldn't see them anyway. Okay?
They could be South African.
Well, they could be, but, they're black.
Okay.
And,
Right.
you're thinking, okay, damn, my wife is just out of eyesight. She's gone around couple of few corners, and I can't quite make her out anymore.
Why did I have my wife with me anyway?
Well, because you had to be taken there because you haven't got a license and shit, and you had to,
And now I'm driving this quad on the road.
Because it's under engine size, and it's like if it's under 50cc, you can drive it.
So I knew I could drive it with no license, but I needed my wife to come with me because I don't have a license.
Because it's so far away,
right,
that your wife had to take you to this place. And now you've got your pride and joy, a 25cc scooter that is more fit for a child.
Right.
But I mean, you are quite small, so you immediately saddle up straight up.
Right.
Chinese bike, Chinese man, little cock, and you're off on your way.
Okay.
As I said, your wife is in the distance. You can't see her anymore. So you figure, okay, I'll just see her at home, whatever. Suddenly, you enter a part of a mountain pass or a hilly road or whatever, and there's no street lights or anything, so you now only have the use of one front headlight,
right,
which isn't that great. And what happens is
the light goes out.
The light doesn't go out. No. That's pretty much one of the things that never will go out. But what happens is someone or some people are in the hills. Waiting for a passerby. They don't care who. If they're going slow enough, they're going to stop you. And you, on this piece of shit that you bought, are going very, very slow. I'm talking 10 mile an hour tops.
Wrong turn. African tribal land. Understood.
You know where I'm going with this, right? So
gang rape, possibly sodomy.
So you take. Let's just say you're. Something massive, something absolutely massive just comes out of nowhere.
Is it in my pants?
Not yet. Something massive comes out of nowhere, right? You don't know what it is at first.
Is it coming out of one of my arm sleeves?
No. Unfortunately for yourself, no, it's not. No.
Okay.
It is no other than like half of a tree log or something that someone or a group of people have picked up and rolled down a hill.
Right, so I quickly swerve to avoid it.
Well, it's midnight, so you can't see it.
That was lucky.
You can't see it.
What Africans about? Just missed the gang rape in there.
You can't see it because it's dark.
Home, kids.
You can't see it because it's too dark.
You just said I saw it swinging. The lights work.
Yeah, the
only things that work.
The light is working, but it's facing ahead. This comes from the side.
It comes from the side, right?
Right. So it hits you. You don't know at this point what it is. You can't see it coming at you.
Logs about. How big are these Africans that they can throw?
Well, there's a few of them.
Fucking logs.
Well, Africans are very resourceful people, mate.
Not only, I don't doubt it. Not only with perfect accuracy, but perfect fucking timing.
Well, this is what is the critical point. Okay,
That's pretty amazing in itself.
So there's a corner. There's a really good hairpin corner.
Yeah.
So they have good eyesight of what's coming down this road.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much professionals. They've had other people. They've caught people out before. They haven't caught your wife because she's going too quick. But they see you on something that's going incredibly slow. They take their chance, and it does hit you, and it knocks you right off your bike. Okay. So you're left rolling in the road, and what comes on top of you is your quad bike.
Right.
Okay, that rolls on top of you.
25cc engine.
25cc engine.
Light as a feather. I'll just throw that shit right off me.
It's probably
Tip it back up
it's
and ride
probably
home.
It's probably about 30-40 kilograms in weight, which
Like
isn't a
I
lot.
said.
Anybody strong enough could take. Could do literally bench presses with that with one hand.
Yeah, that's what I was
You
saying.
unfortunately have broken arms,
Right.
and broken legs, and it's on your stomach area, leading to your chest. Okay, so you can't move it. Okay, and out the corner of your eye, because you can still see.
Yeah.
You can see a shine from your bike light on someone's skin. Okay,
Yeah.
they're not white people. They're not Asian people. They are black. There is 7 of them, and they have got very, very baggy trousers. They need the room in there.
So hip hop guys.
No, they're more like suits, like
Right.
not like suit trousers, but really baggy and really dirty, and just a shirt basically. But most of the buttons are undone.
They've just
They're
come from
closed.
work.
They're about to go to work.
Right. And they dress up for this, do they?
They certainly did. So this one guy just comes over and laughs, kicks the quad off you, easy as that.
I guess
They
he's not
pull
going to
you
give
out.
me a helping hand up and
He-
point me on my way home.
No, he doesn't. Unfortunately, not in this circumstance. What he does is he picks you up
My
because
arms
you're
are
light.
completely broken.
Yeah, you're totally incapable of using your arms. He picks you up because you're light and puts you over his skinny body, his shoulder, and just takes you off up into the trees, just like that. He's
And
gone.
I'm putting up no sort of a
Not at all.
resistance.
You can't. You can only move your body, but at the end of the day, there's 6 more of them around, and they're not about to let you go
Okay.
because they're going to work.
So no point even trying.
There's not really. I mean, you are trying. You're trying to, move your way, wriggle your way out of it, but you can't. Okay, so they get you up on top of this hill. One of them smacks you with a mallet over the top of the head. You're knocked out. Next thing you know, you wake up, you're nude, and you're bent over. And these 7 guys are around you, cock out.
Right.
And I'm not just talking about 12 inches, I'm talking about, like 14, 15 inch cocks here, like world record shit.
Unlikely.
World record shit.
And there's how many of them?
There's 7 of
All
them.
breaking world records. Right. Yeah. I was lucky.
Some of them in width, some of them in length.
14 inches in width.
Some
Is that what we're
not
trying to-
quite, but there's some serious girth on some of these guys.
Right. Join the club. Go on.
Well, I mean, if I was to get into one of their shoes and see what I'm, going to tell you now is I'm seeing you bent over with a tiny little cock, right? And it's yellow.
Coming towards me.
It's on.
It's yours.
Your cock,
It's
basically.
yours.
Your pants down,
You
your cock's
wake up
out,
and
but
you're
no one can
dreaming.
see it because it's a little fucking cube and you're a cunt. So, anyway, these people have got their cocks out and they're all a ring around you and they're like, right, let's go to work, boys. And exactly that they do. All of them have a turn at raping you. What do you have to say about that?
Would never happen.
Why would it never happen?
Because even with broken arms, I'm a dangerous motherfucker. That's right. And these motherfuckers have just stepped across the wrong motherfucker. And my ass
He's
not
fucking
up for
getting
rent.
raped.
Under no. And this skinny guy's putting me on his shoulder and just dancing up the hill with me. It ain't gonna happen, mate.
Because you're light, I mean,
Break that motherfucker down.
you're light, you've got no arm power, no leg power, you can't do anything.
Right.
No, I mean, honestly, you've got broken bones, for God's sakes. They're moving all around, flapping all about.
My legs are fine. Even
Your
if
legs are broken.
Even if I couldn't. Right.
Those are flapping too.
Right. Forgot that.
So as I said, through my eyes,
Flapping legs.
if I'm one of them, all I can see is you bent over, and you're not putting up a fight because you can't, and you've got a little cock. It doesn't hang; it just sticks out.
Weird.
Barely sticks out through the hair. Right? Okay. So back out. I've stepped out of their shoes. Not any involvement in this whatsoever. What is it that you would do? Broken legs, broken hands,
And you're there.
broken fingers, broken arms. I'm not there. I just jumped in.
Just
To
a
his shoes.
Just a camera.
Just to tell
Recorded.
the people that
You've
can hear
paid
this.
these guys to do this.
Well,
So that
even
you
I
can
wouldn't
sit at home
do,
and have
some
a wank
Well, that's
over my body glistening in the moonlight. Which I give you credit. You've made a good choice there.
It's all under trees, so there's no moonlight.
right. But
There's
you
no
are at
there's
home
no
having a
glistening.
wank.
There's no glistening of bodies. It's just like a carcass, basically a carcass.
Just a
with
piece of meat.
just carcass.
Piece of
No meat
Crying.
anywhere to be seen except for hanging out of your arse. Okay. Now they're on you. They're jumping
Yeah.
your ass.
And what would I do?
What would you do? I mean, you can't. Honestly, you're not tied in or nothing. Nothing's set you on the ground.
Well, this is something you probably don't know about me. But I'll just pull my shirt down a bit so you can have a look. I've got extremely strong neck muscles.
Right.
So my mouth is fine. As soon as the first one comes towards me, and I've got great reflexes. I'll bite that motherfucker's toe off, and I'll whip him with my strong neck muscles, and he will go rolling back down that hill.
What I did mention
He's screaming.
Was you were knocked
shouldn't
out.
have even been in the group.
He's just mentioned was you were knocked out with a mullet.
Well, it's not unconscious
whatever.
now. So I'd know nothing about it,
So
mate.
you'd know nothing about it.
To me, I wake up in hospital. Sure, sure they've had their way with me. Don't blame them. If I come across me, I'd
fucking run a mile.
And
Because you look like a fucking cunt. A Chinese fucker. Right?
So I'd wake up in hospital.
And how would you feel?
No memory of what happened. They tell
Let's
me
say
what
you have a
happened.
flashback.
I don't believe it. I have a flashback.
Okay, then let's say you don't believe it. Okay, but what about if we show you the picture of your arse when you came in?
Well,
they show it you and it's gaping. It's white and red.
I would realise that
It's there's blood coming out of it.
It's some freak accident. I've been thrown from the quad,
and an handlebar's gone up your arse or something.
Yeah, and I've landed on a fucking fence post.
Okay, well, let's just say the doctor says it looks as though this has been repeatedly happening.
Okay, several fence posts
over the last few hours. So either you've been bouncing between.
One doctor's opinion.
It's the first time they've seen it, mate. They've called in specialists from pretty much all over Japan. They've never seen it before on a man. They've only seen it on women, and it looks exactly the same.
As what?
As rape by Ghanaians.
Oh, Ghanaians, is it specifically? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Well.
What's your immediate reaction to that? There's no way out of it. You know that you've been raped. You know you've been
immediate reaction.
Are you going to leave that hospital gay, or are you going to? What's going to happen to you? Are you going to go? Are you going to go back home and pretend nothing's happened?
I'm going to leave the hospital gay
because your wife has been informed. She's there. She's seen the pictures. How are you going to live with that?
Well, I'll tell you how I'm going to live with it. Is if that really did happen, I would make it my life's mission to hunt each one of them down.
Well, it's too dark. You won't find them.
It's constantly too dark for years. For years it would take me to hunt down all 12 or to 20 of them. At least 20
Only
if they
7.
were going to be strong enough to deal with me.
7 did it, 2 participated.
Right. So I would...
The other 5 were just watching and laughing.
I would hunt
so it only
them
took
down.
2 Ghanaians did it.
I would hunt them down, only searching in
Japanese mountains.
Night. Anyway, I know where it happened.
But you have no sense of direction. You don't know where it happened. You can't find where this place.
It's right next to my house. It's right next to my 14 acres.
You ain't got 14 acres of shit, mate. You've got 14 feet of a concrete fucking rear of the house. And ain't even your house.
Anyway,
fucking
the point is this: I'll hunt them down.
And you'll do what? You'll do what? The skinny one immediately knocks you out again.
No, mate, you're asking me what I would do. I'd hunt them down.
Right, okay.
And one by one, I would kill them. I'd torture them. I'd humiliate them.
Right.
Don't forget, all my bones are repaired now. I'm dealing with full strength here,
which isn't very much still.
It's fucking.
And are you going to go and do this by quad, or are you going to do it on foot?
The quad, mate. After where that handlebar's been,
the handlebar didn't go anywhere. The handlebar was safely on the ground.
I won't do this by quad. I'll do this by.
You won't take the quad.
I won't take the quad. I will probably use my new range.
You haven't got a license, so I'm just wondering how you're going to get to this mountain pass.
My new range, mate.
You ain't got ranges of shit.
I'll take the black range. I'll take the Nouveau. What else will I do? Yeah, I'd probably just use that.
Okay, so let's say you can drive, you've got a license, you've got a Vogue.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you haven't, but let's just say you have.
Well, it's on order. I'll have it soon.
Well, I've got a Bugatti Veyron. It's parked outside.
Yeah,
Right
you came here by train and we walked to this restaurant. In fact, we didn't walk. We got a lift from my wife's sister.
Yeah.
So in her fucking Daihatsu.
Whatever, it was a Mazda, right?
Mazda, yeah.
Right. So let's just, that obviously can tell whoever's listening to this utter shite that you do not have any kind of range. At the end of the day, if you're buying a 25
to buy
cc,
everyone fucking ranges. Okay,
If
I
you've
bought
got-
her that. That's enough, mate.
if you've got the money, you ain't gonna buy a 25 cc quad. At the end of the day, do you know what I mean? You're gonna go out and you're gonna buy a big 250, 400. You ain't gonna buy a Chinese cheapo. You might be Chinese with a Chinese cock, but you're not gonna have a Chinese quad bike.
Okay.
So, be honest. No license, no car. How are you going to get there? You're going to go on foot? No quad.
Whatever, mate.
Or are you going to take your quad?
The point is, I'll find them and finish them. Okay?
Finish them off? By hand or mouth?